There's something really odd about the way viewers and the way creators view things like VidCon, because the experiences are so wildly different. And I've seen creators blog VidCon all the time. That's not uncommon, but I don't ever see it from a place of drama or reality. I feel like it's always about, look how much fun we're having, which is fair. You can have fun. That's not, a problem. But it's also very intense emotionally. At least it is for me. I can only really speak to my own experience. But I wanted to take you guys with me to LA, to VidCon 2018, and share that with you so you could see all the ups and downs and all the fun, for sure, of course. I don't think I've ever had a more intense few days related to my work or related to YouTube in my life. It's everybody that I love, all of my friends that are in the same field as me, everybody's under one roof. And there's also people that are unkind to me, that are here, that just pretend that suddenly, since we're in the same room, what they said online doesn't matter or it won't come up. They just walk right by you like they don't know you. It's bizarre. It's the oddest thing. It's so weird. And I hope this video gives you a little bit more perspective on what this experience is like for creators. I'm not saying in any way that it's a bad experience. I just want to show you the truth, because that's always been very important to me. Yeah. That better? I don't like this and I don't accept it and I'm not happy. What is this? I don't have, that's not, bitch, is that a penthouse? That's fucking cute. I've arrived. I am here in Los Angeles at the VidCon Creator Hotel, which I'm not gonna disclose just because I'm still here. And I'm really excited. I met some BuzzFeed folks in the elevator. I'm pretty sure I've watched all of them, so that was interesting. I'm gonna try to meet up with Chase and with Chandler and with a bunch of other cool folks soon. I just wanna kind of decompress in here because it was like a 6-hour flight, which isn't that bad, but it's something, all right? And, we'll see. Thank you. I wonder who told me to get this camera.
I have no idea.
Why is it so dark for me? Look at this shit.
Oh shit.
Oh wait. No, now it's dark again. It's this bullshit. Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry, could we all just maybe stand in front of the mirror somewhere?
A mirror?
Do you want to lean so I can take a
oh my god!
Okay, let me take a selfie of all of us with our cameras.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, hold on, we need to go here because the lighting is bad.
It is. I need to redo my whole face because the lighting is not good for it here.
Oh, mine's actually recording. Oh, cool, good. Good.
Mine's also
take a picture with our cameras.
Oh, I pointed there?
I know, yes.
Fine.
Here.
But then we can also take one when we're all fucking vlogging because hashtag YouTube. I love your tripod. It's so good.
Thank you. I got it at Best Buy for $10.
Oh, look at that!
What video am I supposed to watch tonight, Chase?
Yeah. Shane Dawson's conspiracy theory. The flat Earth. The Earth is flat. You heard it here from Chase Ross. Conspiracy. Chase Ross is a flat Earther.
You heard it here first. Announcing the Earth.
When you watch, okay, you know this face that you're doing. After you watch that video, you're gonna be like, you were literally gonna just stop and be like, okay, wait a minute. Maybe this theory could work. That's what you're gonna think.
It's not that I believe it, but it's not that I don't.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
But what about when you fly up in the air and then you see the curve of the Earth? Do they address that?
But
you don't see the curve.
I see it.
No, you don't.
I have seen it.
No, you
I
see
have
the
footage
horizon.
on this camera.
Show me.
I will right now.
Show me on.
There's always these networking rooms with all the big MCNs, which are YouTube labels, in the hotel where the creators stay at VidCon. And Mostly, I'm being honest here because that's my policy. Mostly I love them because they usually have an open bar and free food. And that's enough incentive to get creators into their rooms to listen to what they have to say. And, you know, if it works, it works. So, is this apple juice? Cranberry nectar. Sorry, way too fancy for me. What did you name your town, boys?
Tranville.
Tranville.
Welcome. Population amazing.
It's neat.
Do a
What you
Minecraft
need to
tutorial.
eat.
Yes.
Well, you see, I don't know what kind of a plate. What kind of a plate?
This lighting is very intense.
Ooh, ring light.
Oh, let me get out of here. That's a nice. It's nice and like it's like soft. It's
Oh,
like a
that's
soft
some ring light right there.
Hello. I like that you're looking at yourself and not at the camera.
Yeah, always.
Always.
Narcissism.
Female vloggers.
Yeah, tilt your head lower a little bit.
Like this?
Perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like gold.
What the fuck? It wasn't recording this whole time. Okay, so here's the scoop. My friend Mike is here now, which means that for the rest of VidCon I probably won't be filming as much. He'll be taking over. And I am very excited because I get to focus like exclusively on getting shit done and, you know, getting to places on time and being incredible. You know? So, I'm actually so tired too. Honestly, all I really want to do right now is order room service and watch like Shane Dawson conspiracy theory videos. But I've got to show face. I've got to go to these events and be like, hey, this is me. Anyway, peace. That's how I feel. Bye.
Oh my gosh, who's under the covers? That's the big question. Oh my god, it's Bread Mom.
It's a goblin.
I found Bread Mom. She's right here. Close up.
Oh, good, thank you. How's yours? Yeah, I can imagine this is so much more secure than last year. You guys did a big job. Is it okay that this is on? Cool. I'm not used to vlogging anymore. I need to call Susan though and figure out where she is to get her badges. We'll probably just sit. So is this like the backstage area where you just like relax and don't do anything?
Private.
Okay.
Right now we'll take you to check-in.
Okay.
And then we'll decide they want to take arrange
Okay, that's good. What do you need to know from me? I don't know what I'm doing.
When's your panel? When are you
Panel at 1:30, it's body image, I think.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swap Stef Sanjati.
Let's see.
It's
You
not-
said that is in a different area.
Okay.
Remember by any chance?
I talked to, I don't really know where I'm going either, but I asked the person.
It looks like we're going back to back.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
So yeah, it's at not till 1. So you're welcome to go elsewhere, come back. Just be back about 20 minutes ahead of time.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
And then
20 minutes before what?
before 1 o'clock. So yeah, 12:40. And then there will be a table behind marked 207.
Okay.
And then just hang out there, and we'll have an escort bucket.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's call Susan. So we're gonna just chill in here then? Thank you so much. Thank you.
You too.
Last year, when I was at VidCon, it was totally different. There was almost no security, and it was very free form. You just had to show your badge to a person. They'd be like, cool, you got to go places. And this year, there's like escorts everywhere. You feel very cool. But I also, I kind of miss just the whole like, you know, going onto the floor with all the viewers and like meeting people. You can't do that anymore. And it's for a reasonable reason. But I want to break the rules. But I can't, because I'll get in trouble and never get invited back. Yeah, let's call Susan. I need to call Susan.
So why do you think all the change in security?
So there was an incident last year where a group of followers of some, you know, very high-profile YouTuber broke a window. So they're just trying to avoid, like, dangerous situations. Hi, Susan. We just... Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, that sounds good. Good luck.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go
I haven't posted a video in 3 weeks.
I just recently posted a video after not posting a video for 5 months.
Oh, good. Okay, so
I do that.
I'm not gonna do it. Okay.
Yo, straight up Tomato Town.
A poll of the audience. So I was wondering if on the count of 3, you go woo, like 1, 2, 3, woo, if you identify as LGBT or plus at all. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So many queers, that makes me so happy.
Hello, is this working? Oh, thank you. So my name is Stef Sanjati, and I am a transgender woman, oh my God. And my pronouns are she, her, and like Catherine said, they are non-negotiable. So thank you very much.
If gender is not determined by our bodies, nor our expression, then what is gender? And how did you come to realize your gender?
Does somebody have to volunteer? Because I'll go first.
I am.
Go first. Okay, great. So, the way I think of it is that it doesn't matter. That's really my whole thing. Is like, how do I even start? This is a big question. If you guys are unsure if this is a big question, this is like the one that keeps people up at night. So, basically, since, I've been transitioning for like 4 years, it's been a while. And what I've come to realize the further along that I go is that it's just words. Like to me it doesn't really mean anything. It's just this thing that we've made and constructed to make people more comfortable. That's what gender is. It's a way to categorize people into jobs or into looks or whatever you want to, whatever category you want to put somebody in. Gender is a way to do that. And I think what a common experience for trans people is that as you progress in your, exploration of self, you come to understand that it really is irrelevant and that it's just about doing what you need to do to be comfortable. And that applies to people of all backgrounds, not just trans people. Cis people do that all the time. If dudes work out to get bulkier, for example, a cisgender guy, that is the same thing as me taking hormones to redistribute my fat. That's the way I see it. It's not a big deal. That's my perception of gender.
Yeah, this is what we do backstage. We just take these out. This is VidCon life. Good.
Perfect. Just keep it like that.
No,
I think that's fine.
No, I don't even have a hairbrush. This is
Steph, I'm going to the lounge.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a panel at 2:30, so I cannot come with you.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Okay, see you soon. Oh, hi, Rebecca. How are you? Good to see you. How's it going? It's okay. It's good to see you. I'm going to see you soon. Yes.
So, how was your panel?
It was good. I kind of brain farted, and I didn't say anything very profound, but Annie and Kat picked up the slack, and everybody really did. Everybody did a great job, but I think Annie and Kat specifically said some really profound bullshit. Not bullshit, but just things. I'm panicking.
So, what's your next panel about?
My next panel is about confidence and self-image or something.
Okay.
I don't want to make it up.
I just wanted to start off by asking like a deep dive. We're just jumping in, but that's the style.
Dive right in.
I know. Let's do this. Can you give me an example of a time when self-confidence, like your self-confidence, has been harmed online?
So I come from a different kind of background in terms of confidence and body image and changing yourself. For those of you that don't watch me or don't know who I am a transgender woman. So my channel primarily focuses.
You look amazing.
Thank you so much. The main focus for my channel historically has been documenting my transitions, so surgeries or things like that, and that's very important to me for myself. It's not about when I, for example, got XYZ surgery, whatever it was, there's a few. It was not about pleasing people that thought I was too masculine or something. It was about how I could make myself feel comfortable, and then when I watch that video, I'm not like cringing at myself, or I'm not looking at things on my body instead of hearing what I'm trying to say. That was really important for me. I still get caught up in these little things sometimes where, and I mean, I've been on YouTube for like over 10 years, and it's been over several channels and over several different identities, but there's the consistent factor since I was like 11 doing this was always people, oh, I love that sound. I find people and creators, they'll hear a negative comment or they'll read a negative comment and they absorb that like 3 times as heavily as they would absorb a positive one. And I don't know what the psychology is, but it sucks. And what I think a lot of us do is we find ways to unlearn that behavior of negative comment, that, you know, I'm going to focus on that, hyper-focus on that. And I think it's all about dealing with that properly, because 9 times out of 10, the positive comments are 20 times as frequent as the negative ones. And you just have to brush off the negative ones and read the positive and internalize that. I have a meet and greet in like 2 hours. And last night, I either blacked out on beer or I was given something. Who blacks out on beer? I don't remember changing. Like, thankfully Chase and Mike were around to take care of my ass. All I remember is like getting really sick in the bathroom. And after that, I don't remember anything. Meet and greet in exactly 3 hours. I need to get my shit together. Let's go have a shower. Drunk and hungover, but bitch, I made it. I made it. I would never cancel. I need to get out of this, like, this funk. I don't know how. All right, let's do this.
Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, a genie dove and put a 6-inch fella through the middle of my soul. At night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Cool bodies
Hi, Austin. How are you? Hi. Hi. How are you? Oh my gosh, good to meet you. What's your name?
Really good. That was so good. I feel so good. Every time I'm doing like a meetup or like a meet and greet, I always leave feeling like I could conquer the world, because you guys say the sweetest goddamn things. I love you so much. Thank you so much. Sincerely. Hi David, sorry I didn't answer your call. It was a meet and greet time.
and like I actually started fucking crying at one point. So we got great footage and it was really beautiful and I'm really happy and it's good. It's very good. How are you? Okay. Wednesday the 27th, casting call? Okay. Let me just quickly check my calendar. I know I have something that day, but it can probably be moved. I just want to confirm that it's not like, not in my control. Just give me one sec. That was my manager, David. And there's an opportunity. So when I get back on the 27th, I'm doing an interview for CBC, which is this big TV thing in Toronto and Canada. Canadian Broadcasting Company, right? CBC. And then the same day, there's also an opportunity to work with Nordstrom. I just went the entire day without realizing how visible my nipples are. It's fine. Free the nipple, hashtag free the nipple. But also like, that's large. I just got back from filming a podcast with Christine Sidelko. It's the Don't Mess with Christine Sidelko, but like it's like don't mess with whatever guest is on there. So it's don't mess with Stef Sanjati. Don't fuck with me. So the party I'm going to later is the Studio 71 party at VidCon, which is, if you don't know what Studio 71 is, it's an MCN. It's like a network, like a record label for YouTubers kind of thing, right? And it's generally regarded as a shit show and like the best party of the convention because shit hits the fan and people get really fucked up and all that good stuff. But last night, I think because of what happened last night, I don't think I'm gonna be feeling like getting really inebriated. So we'll see what happens. I may or may not bring the camera. Why is there absolutely no lighting in this room that I like? Okay, so here's what happened. The other night, last night, when I said, you know, either somebody slipped something into my drink or I got blackout drunk on beer, was what happened was there was this guy that was around me a lot. And he was obviously attracted to me. Very into me. He would grab my butt, he would grab my waist and stuff. And I definitely don't like that. But I didn't tell him I didn't like it. And I know that doesn't mean that it was okay. But for some reason, and I would never, if another woman was like, oh yeah, this guy was grabbing my butt and he didn't ask me and like, it made me uncomfortable but I didn't say anything, I would never be like, I would never tell another person that it was a gray concept or a gray area. But for myself, for some reason, I'm like, well, if I didn't tell him, how could he know? But at the same time, why would anybody assume that they can grab your butt? But that's not really the only thing. It was like, if I didn't have a drink in my hand, he would make sure I had a drink in my hand. And he would keep on making these little allusions to like what happens if I get you drunk and like things like that. Like what happens when you get wasted and like, for some reason I didn't return at that with aggression. I just kind of like let it happen. And that's very clearly something I'm not okay with, if you know me. So then why did I let it happen? And I'm like blaming myself, but it's not my fault. And I don't know if he put anything in it. It could have been that my pain medication was not out of my system and it made me very susceptible to alcohol. Either way, the behavior that was displayed was a little bit predatory. The, you know, wanting to get me drunk, wanting to touch me without me asking him to. And I almost feel guilty. Why would I feel guilty? I didn't do anything wrong. I think that's why I'm so out of it today. I just have no spoons left. I get comments sometimes saying, oh, she's changed or whatever. And obviously I have changed. I'm a person that grows and changes, and I've been doing this channel for like 3.5 years. I'm gonna change. I'm not a static person. I'm never gonna stay the same. I'm not a character on a TV show. I'm a person, right? And I guess I had a moment tonight where I was like proud of myself because I said no to money. How do I word this? I was offered a deal where I stood and took a picture in front of a wall. It would take me like 3 minutes.
It would cost me nothing, and I'd post one image, right? It would take no time, right? It was so easy and so accessible, but it was at a party with a lot of people, a lot of music, and I have no spoons, and I'm exhausted mentally, and I just didn't want to be in that environment. And so I told my manager that my sanity was worth more. And it's not that it was like a $50 picture. At events like this, a 5-minute picture like that, or less, like a 30-second picture like that, can get creators well over $1,000. And thinking that I would be okay with turning down $1,000 for a 5-minute job, it's not because I have a lot of money. I don't really have a lot of money. It's just that, like, I said no. I don't know, it made me feel good to say no. And I said yes at first, but that was when I still had energy. I guess I'm proud of myself for valuing my mental health and my happiness over making people money and making money. I'm proud of myself for that. Because I think if I was so far gone, like people like to say, I would have just done it, and I would have gotten drunk again, and I would have been miserable. But I would have had $1,000. But that doesn't make me happy, you know? And I know this video is supposed to be about like what it's really like for creators at VidCon. And this is not a universal experience, this is my experience. I know a lot of creators come here and they have the time of their life. And I am very happy to be around friends and to be here. This is not a bad experience by any means, but it's a complicated one for me. Especially because I'm in a place where I am wanting to transition like the way I do things in general. It's complicated, you know? Shit. Exactly. This is the most stressful thing though. This is the keynote speech for creators, which a lot of people do, and it's only 5 minutes of talking. But I just need to talk to somebody about how stressful it is so I can be less stressed. So thank you for listening.
Okay, I'm coming. One concern, I have...
Like a broken violin, I don't remember. Or perhaps I do. All I wanted was this nuclear conflict.
Through environmental transition, adventures and hardships continues to enlighten, educate and inspire people every day.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Please everybody give a warm welcome to the stage.
I didn't read my notes. I just improvised that, but I want to do better. So I'm going to go back to the hotel, I'm going to rewrite the whole thing. I'm going to make sure it's 5 minutes on the dot. I'm going to kick ass. It's going to be perfect. Let's do it. Okay, so we're getting a character in the back of a van, right? Hi, sorry. So I just sit here. Is that what we do? Just look like this way. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I can
this is so cool.
From 5 when I do make.
I've always wanted. Look how cool! Oh, I love it.
That's a good one.
Ah,
thank you.
Last year did magic tricks and stuff.
What?
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh.
What's happening?
Right?
Things have changed.
Yeah. I like kind of don't even want to leave the car for the car perks.
Yeah, just keep going and pretend to leave. You won't notice. It'll be very.
Yeah.
I got something on board. This is a very.
Like I was just gonna. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away and leave you all alone? I got back inside. Oh, I'm fine. Tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Will he do to you the things that I'll do? Oh no. I can take you
and through her documenting her transition and her adventures and her hardships, she continues to educate and inspire and enlighten and brighten lives every day. I'm delighted to invite to the stage the one and only Stef Sanjati. Please put your hands together.
Oh my goodness, I don't know how I can follow that up. That was absolutely incredible. Can we get one more round for Trey Melvin? I wish that I could tell you I'm here to lighten the mood, but I'm not. I'm here to talk about something pretty dark that has impacted my life a lot, that I've never talked about, and I talk about everything. So that's kind of weird. Originally, I planned on talking about how much I didn't care, and how cool it was to not care, and how that helped me as a creator. But the fact of the matter is, I care a lot, and I care way too much. And I care so much that sometimes I can't bear it. And that's what we're going to talk about instead. First, I want to take you back to when I first started YouTube, when I was about 11 or 12 years old, 10 years ago. A little kid in a small town, no friends, because I was too different to fit into any niche or any category there. It was a very odd place, a little bubble. And for somebody perceived as a feminine boy, right, growing up there, I didn't know, I had no resources, I didn't know who I was. They did not make it easy. My home was vandalized, my mom's vehicle, the tires were slashed, people would spray paint things on it. People would steal things, try to run me over with a car once. And I thought the only way to get out of there was to end it, was to stop everything, was to make it all just go away, right? And I didn't know there were other options. I didn't know I could have left, just walked out. I didn't know I could have switched schools. They didn't occur to me, those ideas. So I was in a very dark place. And thankfully, I got help before anything too permanent happened. And I got help mostly through the internet. I grew up, I grew up on YouTube. I grew up in World of Warcraft. I did not grow up in Wallaceburg, Ontario, Canada. I grew up online. And it's thanks to creators like some of you or all of you, I'm not sure how many of you are creators, but it's thanks to people like you that I survived past the age of 12. And unfortunately, sometimes these feelings come back. And a couple of weeks ago, they came back again. So, on that day that it came back, I got on the train, and I took a ride way up north, out of the downtown Toronto core, because I wanted to find quiet. And in the line of work, you know, as a creator, as somebody online, where you share every moment, every single thing in your life is consumable in a video or a photograph or something like that, you don't get quiet very much. There's always people talking in your head, or talking about you, but without you. And it's lonely, but it's loud. And it's bizarre, and it's inexplicable. So I went to the woods, right? Way far from where I lived. And I sat down. I'm gonna sit down again. Where's the X? I need to find the X. I sat down in the woods. And I tried to talk myself out of it, because I wanted to give myself enough time to find reasons to live. And I did, thankfully. I sat there and I thought about what I loved doing, how I love connecting to people, I love talking, I love fashion, I love music, I love directing, I like making things. Like Markiplier said towards the beginning of the showcase, you take a part of yourself and you mold it. What do I want to make? And I sat in the woods, and you could hear crickets, and you could see the moon and the stars, and in Toronto you don't really see that, because it's a big city. You didn't see the stars, you don't see the moon. And I kind of forgot what it looked like. And I sat there looking up at the infinite, beautiful universe, and it reminded me of
the internet. It reminded me of this place you couldn't go. You could see it, it was real, but it wasn't a place you could touch or go to. But it still shaped you, it could still change your life. And I was thankful that I could be a part of something that saved my life when I was younger. And hopefully, I could do that for somebody else, right? And that thought got me to stand up, get out of the woods, go back on the train, and go home. And I woke up the next day, and I felt like I could do this. I could keep going, right? And just like when I was 12, it's thanks to creators like you, and it's thanks to creators and people, viewers, anybody that is online, that's talking about mental health, their lives, their perspective, their story. It's thanks to that I got out of those woods 3 weeks ago. So thank you very much for that, because I wouldn't be here. And I hope you continue to talk and share, because I might not need it again, but somebody else will. So thank you very much for that. Thank you.
So incredibly inspiring. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the pleasure